Hi, good morning. Back again. I've just done some fresh herbs. But now, since it's the morning, I thought we'd do something a little bit more breakfasty. And I want to show you how I make my super mocha coffee. It's obviously coffee with cacao nibs, and then you can add other goodness to it as well, so you can really experiment and do it in different ways. But this is how I make it. I'm going to start with I'm going to start with coffee beans and cacao nibs, and we're going to ground those down. Now, I'm sure you're all using your Thermomix to grind coffee beans. You don't ever need to buy ground coffee. And the great thing is they're always going to be fresh, freshly ground, the aroma. It's so much better than buying them ground. And also you can grind them to the consistency that you want. So depending what kind of, whether you're using a cafetiere, whether you're using a percolator, you will need different types of kind of different consistency, a little bit coarser or a little bit finer. So just make always sure that you know what kind of grain that you need for your cafetiere or your percolator or coffee machine, whatever you're using. Just check that out first. And I tend to put mine at 30 seconds speed 8. For my coffee machine, that's the perfect one, but you might just need them a little bit finer for yours. So okay, so let's start. So the first thing I'm going to do is add 100 grams of coffee beans. I'm going to pop the scales on. Here we go. I'll add 100 grams. A bit more. I'll probably go over now, trying to be cautious. Clearly this is approximately, so even if you did go a little bit over or a little bit under. So I've got organic cacao nibs. These are really delicious, and the only thing you need to take into account is if you're using one of these pressed cafetières, just to make sure that you leave it for a good 5 to 10 minutes. The cacao nibs need a little bit longer. So we're going to add straight into here another 100 grams of cacao nibs. Okay, so that's that. And now we're going to pop them on to grind. So I am, as I mentioned earlier on, I'm going to do 30 seconds at speed 8. So I'll go quiet for a little bit, and then what we'll do is we'll check the consistency, and if we Okay, so let's check this out. Oh wow, the smell, I just love the smell. This is perfect. Look, always works out. 30 seconds, speed 8, seems to make the perfect ground coffee beans. What we've done this time, for those of you who weren't watching earlier, is we've put half coffee beans and half cacao nibs. So that's all been ground together. And the smell is just amazing of the coffee and the cacao beans together. Now what I've done is I have my little coffee pot here that I've already brewed some coffee with cacao nibs, and I've got a clean bowl here to pop on. So what I'm going to do now, let me put the scales on. Okay. So I'm going to add some coffee in here. I hope it doesn't go everywhere, because this one sometimes spills all over the place. So I'm going to add about 100 grams of coffee. There we go, that's perfect. And I'm also going to add Today I'm going to use soya milk. I've been using soy milk a lot because apparently it's very good for your hormones, and this one has added calcium and vitamin. My absolute favourite though is cashew milk with this drink. I absolutely love it. I will do a video another day with cashew milk for you to see how easy it is to make, but it is just delicious. It's much nicer than almond milk or oat milk or any other milk, so I will be doing a video on that. So now I'm going to add about 100 grams of the milk. It really depends how milky you want it or how strong. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. I'm going to do, yeah, that's perfect, 250, that's about a glass. Now, the other thing I like to add to it is cinnamon. I really love cinnamon in chocolate and cinnamon in coffee. So cinnamon in chocolate and coffee is just perfect for me. So I'm going to add a good glug of cinnamon in there. Now this cinnamon, of course, has been ground by myself. Don't ever buy ground cinnamon. Just buy cinnamon sticks, grind your own, of course. Much, much nicer. I'm going to add a little bit of nutmeg as well. Nutmeg is also something that I grind myself. You could put 4, 5, even 6 nutmegs in here and they would grind in 20 seconds. So don't be scared. That's my nutmeg. Now, you could also add some turmeric as well, which is very, very good for you. You could add some maca powder or anything that you feel would be a good supplement. Some people like adding collagen powder to this as well. So it's entirely up to you. Don't be scared to experiment and try different things, you know, and anything that's good for you can go into your super coffee in the morning. I'm also going to add, I do like things sweet, I can't help it. So I'm gonna add a teaspoon of maple syrup. So that's gonna go in now. But feel free to either leave the sweeteners out, try it as it is, or just a different kind of sweetener. It's entirely up to you. Okay, so let's pop the lid on. So we're going to mix this all together really well. We're going to heat up the milk a little bit and get it really frothy. So let's go back here. So I'm going to put that for 1 minute. There we go. I'm going to put it up temperature 85 and then speed 3. Okay. So that's warming up the milk for you a little bit, mixing everything really well and giving it a really nice froth, and it's going to make it lovely and creamy. Now, just remember to try different things and different flavours in it. I have some friends who like putting essential oils in the coffee. They do need to be essential oils that are specific for ingesting. Make sure you don't use any cheap essential oils, but you could add a drop of peppermint, a drop of turmeric in there. So again, just give it a go. Try different things if you're that way inclined. Try different vitamins. I do add a teaspoon of collagen powder sometimes. I add that to my smoothies or to my hot drink. But all these drinks, they're not just delicious, they're also just really good for you, and that's what I love about it. And very, very easy to make, because once you've got your ground cacao beans and coffee together in a pot, you can then just brew your coffee in the morning, mix it all together, and job done. And you've got a whole cup of goodness. Okie doke. So this, oh, smells divine. This is our morning mocha super infused coffee chocolate. There you go. And if you like it a little bit stronger, just add less milk, more coffee, or more mocha, as we should call it, our mocha mix. And yeah, cheers. Bye.